in a time of kings. In a world of commoners. An ordinary physician came to court to fulfill a royal favor.
Do you know why I've summoned you here? Celia Clements is to be married.
I understood she was your mistress.
And then you understood right, Merivale. For her husband, I need a man who is far too enamored of women in general to make the mistake of loving one in particular.
Restoration is a period film set in the 17th century. But it is a film where people wear different costumes and who wear elaborate wigs and who indulge in certain kinds of excesses. But on a deeper level, it's about the restoration of one man.
What I like about Marivale and that I can relate to is that he completely admits kind of how ridiculous he is. He loves wine, women, and song, and unlike most people who the repressed side of them is the wild side, I think the repressed side for Marivale is the diligent and the disciplined and the religiously driven side.
The king in his love for me made use of you.
The king, I think, sees in Marivale a man of the time, you know, someone who has a curiosity, just as the king does, and who is open to the possibilities of a new age.
Marivale, we are witnessing a living, beating heart. And for a shilling, you can touch it.
Well, I played Charles II, who was probably the most splendid king in English history. I'm the sort of puppeteer that sort of runs Marivale's life, for better or for worse.
Yes, in fact, I've decided that you should be the one to marry her, Marivale.
But, sire, I do not wish to marry.
I'm not asking you to wish it. I'm asking you to do it.
As we know, Charles II had a great number of mistresses. And this particular mistress, who's played by the divine Polly Walker, has to be married off to someone so that I can sort of keep her discreetly out of the way. So I pick on the nearest sucker I can find, which happens to be our hero, Marivale.
Back on action, and action. And for her husband, I need a man who is...
It's very hard to make a beautiful movie that's also funny. I think that's very difficult. And that was sort of what we set out to do, you know, to create, you know, beautiful images without them alienating you from the vitality of the characters.
I would prefer to stay at court with you with the dogs.
Good.
Well, Marivale is pulled between the king on the one side, who loves the exuberance of life and all the possibilities, and on the other side by his friend John Pierce, who is a Quaker who comes from another age, who believes in a simpler truth to life.
You have a gift for healing, Marivale.
I do not.
Yes. Oh, yes, you do.
I've done the one thing forbidden by the king. I've fallen in love with my wife.
May God help you, sir.
You have driven yourself out of paradise.
What'll I do?
I was drawn to the journey this man makes, the journey Robert Marivale makes from being a kind of naive sensualist who's confused and who's also constantly getting in the way of himself, to a mature man who comes to understand the value of love.
Are you another man sent to do me injustice?
I like that that she, just by her presence, is sort of somewhat of a catalyst for Robert's character. Robert! Like a lot of people in life, you know, a person in your life serves a particular purpose at a particular time. Sometimes it's very clear afterwards when you look back, oh, they helped me grow this way or they helped me grow that way. And she's, I think, one of those people.
Find a lady.
No. But how?
Simple.
Well, I play the deeply unpleasant Finn.
My dear Flynn. No, Finch.
Ah, Finn.
He's a court painter. Well, he's a painter.
You must not show this painting to anyone. You must, I think, burn it.
Disgustingly ambitious and disgustingly self-obsessed and just plain disgusting, really.
A commission? From who? Robin Hood?
Robin Hood. Oh, yeah. My Lincoln Green. How funny. Not Robin Hood, the king. The road Robert Marable travels in this movie, from excess to simplicity, I think has a lot to do with a kind of journey an awful lot of people are involved in today.
What appealed to me was this notion that we all have within us some great hidden talent, some secret, something that what our real ability or our real self is. And you discover it not in the places where you were looking, but in other places.
I see. I see.
Restoration in the End is a great story. It's a unique journey. It goes such a long way. A man who starts off really unsure of himself and finding through an extraordinary series of challenges the real depths that lie within him, what he's capable of.
I fear I'm dreaming.
No, Merivale, you are awake.